Hello, friends. Hello, and welcome to this experiential exercise. So, I've been called again by Spirit to come speak with you all and deliver some messages. Just doing this as a video today. So I want to do this similar to the 1010 reading. So I'm going to invite in our guides and it kind of explain what they want you to do to get the most out of this experience. And then, excuse me, and then we will dive in. So I'm wrapping us all in love light and light love. Inviting in the guides, wisdom keepers, messengers, spirit totems who have something to share with you in this now. I have my team here with me. And I'm going to just let them kind of, like I said the other time, the last reading, let them just move my lips and move my body around this space to grab whatever needs to be picked up or looked at. So this is an experiential for you. So we're not just going to flip cards and show them on I just saw 144 as I said that. Light language could come through. There could be activations. I'm not exactly sure what the overarching theme of this is yet. We'll check in with that in a minute. But as I'm guided to do things, pick things up, say certain things, whatever the case may be, because I'm letting my team kind of move me around the room, then you are to watch and listen for anything that pertains to your situation in regards to whatever the overarching theme of this is. So it could be, you could even be seeing things I'm not interacting with that could be a message for you. So we're going to do this kind of in a way like a scavenger hunt, which I wanted to do outside, but we had major rain last night. And so I just, I don't know, and it's hot still, so I don't feel like being outside, but we're going to do this kind of in that because there's lots of stuff in here to pick up on. So take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath together. Let me just tune in and see what their theme of this is. They're saying the theme is 144, which for me, they're saying it's like a clarion call. So what do you want me to do next? They want me to light a candle. So I'm completely surrendering to my guides here. And they're asking me, you may not be able to see me the whole time, and that's fine. You may not be able to see all of me. That's fine too. Just roll with it. I'm just letting my higher self kind of guide my actions. They want me to light this white vanilla candle that has a diamond on it. And something just fell off. I love this. Let me put this down. Hold on. Something just fell off. As I picked up the red candle, something was underneath it. And it's let's see if I can show you. It's really small. It's like an earring, a fairy earring. So elementals are here with us now. And there's a little bit of chaotic energy going on. So the time that I'm recording this is a little bit important. So the recording is important. When you hear it, not as important as to the energy that's being, that's around the recording itself. All right. So this is being recorded. I don't know what today is. 10/13, I think, like a few days after the 10/10 gateway and right on our way into the Aries full moon, just a few weeks away from Samhain. Let me see if I have to talk to you. Where's the best place that I can do that? Just a few weeks away from Samhain. So Let me just, I hurt my knee the other day, so I'm just, oh, these things. Okay, so let's check in. So we've lit a candle. We have elementals here. The topic is 144. What do you want me to do next? They want me to show this cross. And this cross has to do with leveling up. It has to do with ascension and awakening. So I'm just channeling in their messages now. I have my what I'm calling my transition team right now. When I go through big like transformation and changes, my transformation team comes in. So it's Archangel Metatron, Archangel Michael, Sanat Kumara, Lady Venus, Isis, Osiris, Mother Mary. They're saying that's all for now. that's the major of it. And they're showing me this cross, which has to do with, oh, you guys may be feeling ascension symptoms as part of this transformation. Like, I can't even sit on my knee. My dog pulled my leg the other day, and my knee is kind of hurting now. All right, what's next? So I've got my eye on this shell. And whenever I see shells like this, to me it's always like a message is coming. You know, when you see the bigger ones, like people put the shell up to their ear and they hear the ocean and all that. Do I hear the ocean? Maybe I need to pull this chair over here, because I do kind of want to talk to you guys. Let's see if that even appears in my camera. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so messages are coming. They're coming in. You're getting some of them now. Maybe I'll gather up. And they're having me pick up the pendulum. Well, I use this as a pendulum. So I found this a while back, and I use it as a pendulum. I found this on the ground a long, long time ago when I was walking. I always find everything I need just at the right nick of time. So, you know, you guys need to, I think we talked too about the 10-10, about paying attention. So if you haven't heard that video, it sounds like you may want to go back and listen to that one if you have a chance. But we talked about getting out of our devices and paying attention to what's going on around us. And this was just laying on the ground. And I mean, to me, I don't know if it's even on camera. To me, it's very bright. And I was walking my dog in like a neighborhood, and this was just laying on the ground. And you might have just been like, oh, well, most people just see stuff on the ground and just pass over it. It's my earth guardian thing. Like, oh, there's trash. I'll just walk on by and leave that there. Somebody else will get it. My pet peeve. Like, somebody else will do it. But it's up to you to take charge. But in this case, I was like, oh, that's kind of like fancy, pretty. I could use that as a necklace. And then later on, I was like, oh, I need a pendulum. And it just kind of called out to me with its kind of ocean vibes. And so I use it as a pendulum. What does this have to do with 144? So you're rising in frequency. And you can hear messages all the time that are meant for you. You can hear and see things. They're just saying, again, it's about the paying attention to what these things are, how they're presenting themselves to you. Don't go look up the meaning. What does this thing mean to me? So I do want to grab, let me see, hold on one second. I do want to grab, what do I want to grab? Twin Hearts. So they are directing me to Twin Hearts, the 144. Is this message for very specific people again? Obviously, of course it is, or you wouldn't be here watching this video. So Twin Hearts is, yeah, it's kind of a relationship deck that I made. Oh, I didn't bring any water in here with me. We'll see how long this reading is going to be. We said no cards, but let's just see what they want me to talk about here with this 144. So the first card, I've been getting this card. This card has a personal meaning. This card says, oh, the darkness. I will never give up on our love. And this is very interesting. Okay, there's a place to put these where they kind of show up on camera. Oh, heck, I don't know. I'll never give up on our love. I like to look at them. So this is romance, they're saying. This is the activation for those of you that are, that your destiny is to be part of a power couple relationship. And why do they keep showing me? I don't want to talk about her on camera necessarily too much because that's not fair to her. But they're showing me a soul sister. And they're showing me like the light, her in the light, and then they're showing me her in the, like in a dark setting. Why is that important? That's kind of personal too. With that particular person, there was some Atlantian timelines where there was a lot of activity to thwart, well, back then it wouldn't have been called power couples, but to thwart divine unions from being together. And those unions were pulled apart by malevolent forces. Why are we going here? Okay, keep going. We know we keep going. Okay, so pulled apart by malevolent forces, and there was a rift put in the heart space to separate the two. And it was done from a place of wanting to, what do you want me to say about this? Wanting to separate powerful forces from being together. Because when power couples come together, they are, I've talked about this many times before, they're a very powerful force. You're powerful in and of your own right, your own soul power. But when you bring two equally balanced, powerful souls together, we've talked about this before, you form a, you form a starlight that is brighter and much more powerful and is used as a, oh my God, they showed me this the last night in dream time. Holy heck. Yeah, soul friends are coming through really strongly right now because I woke up in the middle of the night last night. So it's just quick, it's part of this or it wouldn't be coming up. Am I diatribing? Okay. I was like, I'm not diatribing. You told me to say this. I woke up in the middle of the night. I wasn't feeling well. I'm feeling a lot of like ascension stuff with this 144 upgrades things happening. And they told me, and Spirit in the middle of the night said, you have to watch this video of this soul sister. And I said, okay. And I'm like, do I really have to watch it? Because sometimes I don't resonate with everything that's happening there. But the person is a big catalyst for, she's a big catalyst for awakening for me. So just like if you're watching me sometimes, you don't even have to really like listen so much so that you just have to connect with my frequency or my I don't know what it is. Sometimes the eyes, they're saying sometimes you have to just connect with the eyes, no matter how far away from the camera I am. And you'll get like a download or you'll get like information. So this was like it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay, I'm sitting down to watch her. And the video is really bad quality, like really bad. And I'm getting perturbed. And I'm like, the video finished and I was like, did I get anything out of this at all? Because it just didn't feel like I got anything out of it. I'm like, this is why I don't watch these videos anymore. And they're like, that was important. And I said, all right. So I went to sleep, and this soul sister was in all of the dream spaces with me at that point. So everywhere I went in the astrals, she was there in my dream time. And she, oh, so many chills. And she was like telling me stuff and showing me things. And she was showing me this, she is part of a divine counterpart union, very, very high vibrational divine counterpart union. And I know the other party as well, and he's very, very, he's very high vibe too. But Spirit showed me like those things, those electrical things, like an electrical power plant. And there was all this like violet light coming up from it. And it was traveling through like power lines, but the power lines were like side by side. So I see this as a metaphor for like you and the divine counterpart. And the power lines were side by side. And I mean huge, intense, massive wave. The tube of light and the wave of light coming through to the two parties in this, through these little power lines metaphor was so intense. And I remember kind of in the dream space, like kind of arguing with her, like, well, that's why you have all these powers you do, because you're impacted by, I wasn't seeing it necessarily at that point for what it actually was until I woke up. But in the dream time, I remember kind of arguing with her and saying, well, that's why you have all these powers, is because you're being impacted by this wave of electrical current and electrical light. And I remember her kind of being like, yeah, like, hello, treasure map, get it, get light switch, yes. So divine counterpart unions. And I don't actually set out to record this as a topic, honestly. It is at the forefront of what I'm manifesting, but it's not necessarily, all I want my work to be focused on, because I have other things too. So these very specific messages come up at a certain time because they are meant as activations for you. And it's part of my service work. Why is that? What do you mean whether you like it or not? It's part of my service work to deliver these messages as well. And they resonate with me too. And so they're activations personally as well. But the energy's picking up around these unions. And I did hear another way shower soul sister this morning say, obviously we know, we're already preparing for the next gate, which is the 1111. And the last time I had 3 soul sisters come in and talk about a gate and a portal time was very, very personally and universally relevant for those of you that need to hear this information. So one soul sister said that. Another soul sister about a month ago was talking about, Amanda Ellis was talking about the London bridges, London Bridge being some sort of metaphor for divine counterpart unions, and that it felt like on the 1111, the energy around more of those unions coming into contact with each other was going to take place as the energies of the 1111 ramped up. All of these planets start moving forward again, and in preparation for the year-end eclipses that are happening. So the I will never give up on our love card is here because you may start feeling the union, they're saying. You may start feeling the inklings of someone coming into your energetic space. So a lot of these paramours, where we go using these old-fashioned words, a lot of these paramours have been energetically blocked. I've talked about this before too, energetically blocked so that you couldn't see into the situation. And that was done for a reason. It was to keep the connection very pure, to keep you kind of focused in your now and what you needed to be doing, to keep the other party what were they doing? They're planning. The other party was planning. So who's watching this? Okay, so both parties could be watching this video. You could be the person who was not allowed's kind of a strong word they're saying, but you were veiled. Okay, you were veiled from seeing anything about the other party coming through. But because you have such a strong connection, hence all those waves that I saw in Dreamtime, you have such a strong connection that if it wasn't veiled, it would have distracted you, they're saying. And if it wasn't time, like divine timing, which we also talked about somewhere with the weavers, that was the 1010. If it wasn't time, then that was going to throw you off course. So you were purposely veiled from seeing anything about this other party. And the other party, though, kind of if you are that person, or the other party being the one who's supposed to, I guess, make the first contact, they knew all about you all along. But they were asked to step back, hold space for you in their heart, not try to energetically poke at you in any way, because gosh, that's really hard to do, right? Not energetically try to ping you in any way. They were asked to stand in their integrity, because we're talking about very high vibrational twin flame. How do you know I don't like to use that word, but divine counterpart unions with a twin flame energy. I've done a video about this before, about the difference between like twin flame is an energy and not a person. And so did Amanda Ellis. That's an amazing video too, if you need to go find that one. But these are like blue ray twin flame energies, crystalline twin flame energies, very, very high vibe twin flame counterpart unions, rainbow twin flame energies, where both parties are mutually balanced. This has nothing to do, and I don't want to go into that whole reading again, but this has nothing to do with negative karma. There's no negative karma between the two of you. This is a union of, it's gonna make me cry. This is a union of divine simplicity. Like you're just supposed to enjoy yourself in it. It's not supposed to be made up of bickering, like lower vibe stuff, because you both have already learned how to rise above all of that. And it doesn't really impact you anymore. All right, so another card. Wow, that felt really nice. I like that word, or those are just two words, divine simplicity. All right, here's my next card. Oh, okay, so the next card is, let's see if we can get a close-up on it. Time will soon reveal all the secret reasons we were separated. I'm processing right now, which they're saying, in this case, you can replace processing with I'm preparing right now. So time will soon reveal all the secret reasons we were separated. I'm preparing right now. The processing, they're saying, has all been done. Processing has all been done. Why am I supposed to pick up this cat? Oh, son of a bitch. Sorry. So this is kind of like a spirit guide to me in a way. I like this little cat always watches over me. When I first started my business, way back, I don't even know when now, 2017, I went looking for like a desk and stuff, and this cat pillow, and I was at like a thrift shop or whatever, and this cat pillow was like sitting there like a familiar or a guide or a guardian, and so I obviously had to have it, even though I don't want to diatribe about cats. Oh my God, I'm so thirsty. Hold on. See, you guys have to drink. Hold on. I'm going to have to, I'm still talking to you. I love my wireless microphone. So you have heavily, heavily protected divine union. So much so, and that this transition to this person is supposed to come in very, very gracefully. We talked about that before as well on the 1010. And here's what's interesting. I've noticed this. I'm like, why did I have to pick up this pillow and put it like here? It's like covering all my lower chakras. Like this guardian is like covering all my lower chakras, like my solar plexus, sacral, root. They're all like being, why are they being guarded? To help you stay grounded. All right. A very high vibe connection is coming in for you, or you're part of it. So you're either the person, the recipient, like waiting. You've been calling this connection in, calling it in. Yeah, I know that. Calling it in and calling it in. And finally, after what seems like an eternity, divine timing has arrived. And it's time for the other party to make contact with you, or if you're the other party, it's time for you to start setting those wheels in motion of how you're going to reach out, if you haven't already figured that out, how you're supposed to reach out to this person. They're saying it's mainly online. It's mainly happening online. Not so much in the physical, but why are about the lower chakras again? Helping me stay grounded. Oh, because you know this person from a very high vibrational past lifetime, or more than one, where again it was divine simplicity between the two of you. I mean, all you had to do was like, they were saying like all you basically had to do was like show up and just kind of love each other, and that there wasn't a lot of stuff, karmic stuff, in the way. And then Atlantis came, and malevolent forces stepped in and separated these unions. And really, oh my God, this is so good. Really, what happened is, okay, they came in with the thing of like, oh, we're going to break up these unions, and that power of that intense, I wish you could see it. It's just like this giant, I can't even explain what it looks like. If you've ever watched Doctor Who and the TARDIS goes through that, like, you see the TARDIS and it's like traveling through that time, like this giant time portal thing. I swear it's kind of what it looks like. But the connections were broken up, and what they thought was, oh, we're breaking up these connections, but it kind of backfired on the darkness, because what it did then was it did bring in all the karmic unions and lower vibe relationships to help you both learn and heal that drama and that karma and make your souls stronger by going through all those things. And while it did take lifetimes to work through that, you are finally here now in this space, at this place, in this time, to reconnect, which is, the time will soon reveal all the secret reasons we were separated. I'm preparing right now. And so it goes beyond this lifetime, because I think, sometimes when two people meet, it's kind of like, oh, tell me about your life, and tell me about your life, and oh, it's a hard life, and I had this relationship, and that didn't work out. And it gets kind of down in the 3D details. And it's not to say that you won't have those conversations with this person, but you'll both have an understanding that Oh my God, I'm crying again. There's so much work that you did beyond even this lifetime. Like you did some stuff in this lifetime too that you're to be commended for. But you're to be commended for like all those lifetimes since you were forced separation, all the things you did to work on yourself and to prepare yourself for where you're at now. And so this very high vibe that you will slowly begin to have clarity around what those past lifetimes looked like prior to Atlantis. Some of them were Pleiadian, Antares, so a lot of them were starseed lifetimes with this counterpart. Way high vibe like starseed lifetimes, some Lemurian, and some Atlantean, like prior to the fall of Atlantis. And then that separation happened and it all kind of went to heck in a handbasket. So you'll start to have these rememberings and this clarity and all of that. And it could like unground you a little bit. Like when I think about it, I get like so many butterflies like here. And so your guides are saying, okay, you've got to ground and you've got to like keep your wits about you. Especially in the initial stages. Obviously, as you get more comfortable with each other, some of that initial remembering and the excitement of all of the past life recounting coming back into your awareness and all of that like memories flooding in and all that will dissipate a little bit. The connection will still be, stronger than ever before, but some of that initial like butterflies and ungroundedness about the whole thing will start to wear off. But in the meantime, you should work to protect your lower chakras and just bring yourself into balance, because everything's going to be flooding in up here through your, well, it'll be down there too, but this is more than a physical union. This is more than, 3D sex. This is so high vibe that you feel it all up here, through the crown, into the third eye, activating the pineal, coming down through the throat. Definitely the heart space is going to have a major, major activation with that heart map that we've talked about before, connecting the two parties together. But it could, all of that energy up here could kind of make you feel a little weird in your lower chakras. So you just really have to work to keep yourself balanced, not let yourself float away with any anxiety, because this is supposed to be gently coming in. And if you start to get anxious about it, then you just need to pull back and regroup a little bit. Okay, so they're saying one more card. Let me see where we're at here. Oh yeah, 33 minutes. All right. Even I feel nervous. Okay. Sisters are doing, oh, of course. And we talked in the 1010 video about disbelief and omens, and October being a time for omens. And you wouldn't be called to this video if this wasn't for you. So if you're not, you wouldn't be clicking on it, believe me. So they're saying the time is coming when there'll be no more room for disbelief, because it will all move down. The whole thing will move down into the lower realms, meaning the physical. All the stuff that all the dreams you've been having about this counterpart, all the memories, all the maybe astral visits. Spirit says, you visit in the astrals, but you may not remember it. And I did hear an interesting thing a way shower said the other day, like, you've been calling in this person and you have this very specific ideas about what you want this person to be like. And it's because, I had never heard this before, so it's kind of an aha moment, but they said, you have very specific ideas about who this person, especially if you don't know them, like if you're the one on the receiving end of them coming towards you, if you never met them before. And so they know who you are, and they've been preparing and planning and doing all this, withholding their energy from you. but you've been meeting on the astrals. The reason you have such specific things about what you want this person to be like is because you've been meeting on the astrals. And so you already know them. You already know many aspects about them. You've already had, very high vibe past lifetimes with them. And so it's as if you already know them. So the traits and qualities and maybe the idea of what their face might look like or whatever, you already know this person inherently. And so that's why when they come and reveal themselves to you, you're going to be like, holy cow, that you're everything I've been looking for. Just like it goes all the way back to Practical Magic when the movie, when she in the beginning as a little girl was like, I want a guy with a brown eye and a blue eye and like all these things she put together. It's like, I'll never find love. I'll always be alone because this person could not possibly exist because of the qualities she wrote out. And then it ended up, later in life being that exact person. And so the disbelief at some point will dissipate because all of this will come down into your physical reality and you'll have your, beautiful moments of revelation where you'll realize that you were right all along and all the confirmations you had been getting were really meant for you to help you stay on course and not deviate and not give up and all of that. And it's because of this. It's because of this final card. Let's see if you can see it, which is the last card in every deck. The last card is always about love or something therein. And the last card in this deck, love will always find a way, which is the very last card I created. And so it's like your happy ending. Love will always find a way. Will always find a way through the malevolence that tried to keep you apart, through all the karmic, relationships and debt you had to sift through and all the personal healing you had to do. All along, Spirit has been keeping your heart map alive. Oh, that's so beautiful. Unbeknownst to you, has been keeping the heart map between you two alive, and has been veiling it in a sense to keep you on target and to keep you focused and motivated to do your own work. And now that you've completed a huge, immense cycle of healing and regeneration and transformation, you are ready for the veil to be lifted, for the heart map to connect even stronger, and for all that electricity between you two to turn on again. Almost like Spirit showing me like the lines were always there, but they had taken, what is that, like when you turn the power off, like in a grid or something, and you pull like the on-off switch, that big on-off, like chunk. It's been off, and Spirit's just like chunk and turning it on again, and all the power's coming through the lines. So, wow, get ready. It sounds like the 1111 gate coming up plays a significant part in all of this. The full moon, like all these gates have been very important for this journey in this lifetime, especially the ones that are saying since 2012, even unbeknownst to you, as you were passing through and working through these gateways on your own personal healing journey. Each one was a step that brought you closer to where you're at now, which is celebration, rejuvenation, excitement, and just the knowingness. I just feel like when the two of you come together, there's going to be this, like, you're going to just be able to look at each other, and from a high level, you're going to just be able to say, like, we finally did this. We finally did this, and now here we are. And it's like a whole new world opens up before you. So the guides are saying they are complete. That is the message that they wanted me to deliver. So I want to thank you all for sticking with me through this. And we will see you all again soon. Take care.